This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Great friends, what's going on? This is Kaplan and Crew. We are coming to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. And yes, I have contacted 7 Mile Casino, and we are planning a date to have the first ever Kaplan and Crew Supper Club at 7 Mile Casino in June. But, Grande, Brown Man, before we get there, I do want to tell everybody, coming up in the next segment, so you have to stay tuned, coming up in the next segment, I'm going to give you the information you've been asking me for. When is the very first ever Kaplan and Crew Lunch Bunch? When is it? May 6th. Where is it? Details coming. What are we having for lunch? I'll show you the menu. How much does it cost? You'll find that out too. And how do I get my reservations? We'll take care of all of that in the next segment. So stay tuned, because the Lunch Bunch, the very first time where we're getting just a group of great friends together, just to hang out and have lunch. That's all. I'll tell you.
Are we going to see Doctor Strange after this?
What do you mean by that?
Come out May 6th. Are we going to see Doctor Strange after that?
It's a reference I'm not getting. I'm sure it's very clever. I just don't get it.
Okay, so
not a reference, just an actual.
Yeah.
Okay, what's Doctor Strange? What does that mean?
Doctor Strange is now, he might be, other than Spider-Man, the main character in the Marvel Universe.
Okay.
And so the next big rollout of the films is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which opens May 6th.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Dude, why are you acting like you're not going to see that movie like 2 days before that?
I mean, I am.
The Wednesday midnight
I already got a
show or
ticket, so
something.
I'm not really.
Right, there you go.
You know, I will be one of those people.
You do realize that for someone like me, that goes right over my head.
I know, but we have a lot of listeners.
I know we do. And a lot of listeners completely understood what you were just saying. I, on the other hand, did not.
And they may want to take a group journey to go see the movie afterwards.
It's not a bad call. It's not a bad idea at all.
Got to tell you, not excited about that movie whatsoever.
Really?
It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be confusing.
Too many possibilities.
Oh, me too.
Anyways.
Wait, that sounded weird.
Wow. You guys really love this Marvel movie stuff, huh? All right, Browner today. Let me just let everybody know. Browner.
$1 billion industry. It's not just us.
No, I got it. Browner is at West Coast BBQ Shop, westcoastbbqshop.com. Our man, Brian Bushfield, you can see behind Browner for those of you that are watching on television or on YouTube. Time out for a second. YouTubers, listen to me. You know I love you. You know that I always say you are the heart and soul of what we do around here. Lately, what's been happening is you guys have been going down below the video player and you've been commenting on whatever's going on the show. I receive an email that says, hey, this guy left, like, for example, Joe Rigby yesterday left a comment. Hey, I hope you're feeling better, Cap. Thank you very much, Joe. And then I get the email and then I push reply and I go back onto YouTube and I get back to you. I love the many different ways that we all communicate with each other: radio, television, podcasting, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Cited, you name it, we communicate on a platform. So for everybody that's sending comments on YouTube, I'm receiving them and I'm replying to them. Now, wait a second here. Browner, what are you eating down at West Coast BBQ Shop? That looks like it's melting in your mouth, by the way.
I'll let Brian come tell you what I'm eating, because I'm eating. Hold on.
All right, hold on a second. Here's Brian Bushfield. Look at Browner. He's taking off his headphones. He's getting up from his microphone. Oh, my goodness. I want to talk about Jerry West, who plans on taking HBO all the way to the Supreme Court. I want to set up the Padres versus the Cincinnati Reds. But here is Brian Bushfield at his store, West Coast BBQ Shop, 2330 Proctor Valley Road in Chula Vista. And I know we got a big event happening June 12th. That's Egg Fest. But here's Brian. Brian, what did you just cook for Browner?
We cooked them a Wagyu 6-7 picanha.
A Wagyu.
What does that mean?
Picanha.
It means Browner's going to be eating for a little bit. He's nice and happy.
Hey, Brian, what are you doing on Saturday night? You around in town this week?
No, I'll be at a Lodi barbecue competition.
Oh, really? Going up north a little while, huh?
Going up north for a couple days.
All right. What are you cooking this weekend?
This weekend we'll be doing brisket, pork, ribs, and chicken.
Okay, because I remember you were at the Santa Anita racetrack a few weeks ago, and you were involved in a competition there. And as I recall, your ribs got 4th place, right?
Correct.
4 out of how many?
4 out of 40 some on people.
Wow, fantastic, man. Top 10. Love it. Top 10%.
Yes.
Oh, it's too bad you're going up to Lodi this weekend. You know, Browner and Lawhead are going to be doing stand-up comedy up at Escondido, the Grand Comedy Club. Wanted to have you and the fam come by.
Yeah, no, next time let me know. That would be awesome to check out.
Yeah. Well, be careful, though. You go in, Browner sees you, and all of a sudden you become part of his routine.
No problem. I can take being a punching bag.
Oh, you can, huh? Well, you know, did you hear about the security guard last week down at Humphreys?
No.
Oh yeah, Browner made fun of him. He said, "You know how you know that you can get tough in a place, or you can smash drinks or do whatever you want." He was when they have one security guard, and he's a little short guy, and he's wearing fighting gloves, and everybody in the whole place thought it was really funny and cute, except one guy, the security guard, and he wanted to fight Browner after the show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. So
You shouldn't be working at a comedy club unless you have thick skin.
right. You know, maybe the security company should find somebody else to be the security guard there.
Right.
Just a thought. Anyway, tell us about what it is that you just cooked up for Browner.
So we got a Wagyu 6-7 picanha. We sliced it super thin, nice medium rare. It was smoked on the big green egg.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing his little happy dance.
Yeah, look at him go. Look at him go.
It's a Brazilian cut. In the States, it's called a culotte. But if you ever go to like Fogo de Chao and some of these Brazilian, it's the one that comes on a skewer that looks like a half moon, and you just cook it super thin and then sear it, so you get some nice crunch to the outside.
Sounds delicious. Now, did I hear you say also that later on you're doing a tomahawk steak?
Yes, I
Now,
just pulled it off we just got done searing it. We're doing a 30-day dry aged tomahawk.
I was with a buddy of mine recently, and he was kind of bragging to me about this tomahawk steak that he brought that we grilled, right? And grilled to perfection, mind you. I didn't have anything to do with it. I'd have burnt it. But anyway, he was telling me about this guy in Idaho who went to Japan to learn how to make like Wagyu cows. I don't know if I'm saying this all correctly.
You're saying it correct.
Man, oh man, it was delicious. I love the tomahawk steak.
Tomahawk, some people say it's not worth it because of the bone, but that bone just gives it so much flavor.
Yeah.
And it just looks so impressive.
Yeah. I know, man. So good. So you seared the tomahawk on the egg?
Right. So what we did is we reverse seared it. We smoked it over some white oak, cooking it 275 until it got to an internal temp of 115. Then we have the large egg up at 600 degrees, and we seared it for 3 minutes each side on the big green egg.
How do you control temperature when you don't have like a switch where it's just like pellets or wood or whatever it is that you're using? Like, that seems like a science in and of itself.
It takes a little learning curve, but on the egg, it has the intake, which is at the bottom. So you think of that as your gas pedal on your car. Then up here, you can see the regulator, and you think of that as the brake pedal of the car.
It's exactly how Brian described it to me when I got my big green egg. He's like, the air comes in through the bottom and it goes out through the top. And when you kind of decide how much is going to get out through the top versus how much is going to stay in. But there's an art to cooking on the big green egg, you know, and for those of us that are impatient, that can be difficult. But for those like Brian, who are competitive grill masters, I mean, this is the device they prefer, it seems.
It's very insulated. It holds its heat. So when you're cooking overnight, you don't have to worry about adjusting your temperature. It'll hold your temperature.
All right. So Brian, tell me this, because we're going to come back to you and we're going to talk to you as the show goes on. But let's get our first promo in for Eggfest on June 12th. What should all the great friends know about Eggfest?
That there'll be awesome chefs here, great barbecue classes to learn from Chef David Rose, and tons of food to eat throughout the 20 chefs.
We're taking a look at the website right now, westcoastbbqshop.com. It's San Diego Eggfest 2022. It's June 12th. Me, Alex, and Browner will all be down there. And as Brian says, there's going to be a ton of great food. That salmon on a plank looks so good. That looks amazing.
It's delicious.
All right. So tickets are available on westcoastbbqshop.com, but you save $5 per ticket when you use our promo code Kaplan5, correct?
Correct.
All right, beautiful. There it is, Eggfest San Diego. For those of you watching on TV or on YouTube, for those of you listening on radio, there it is, westcoastbbqshop.com. All right, Brian, we'll be back to you shortly.
Be back to you soon. I'll get you back over to Browner. I think he's done.
Browner, back to you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Here's Browner sitting back down.
How do we get a to-go plate
I
from
know,
Brian?
right?
Like that sounds really good.
Especially for that tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
That's
That
so
tomahawk
good.
sounds so good.
I don't need a whole steak. Even.
It was fabulous.
Browner, are you happy with what you're eating down at West Coast BBQ, or are you upset that you're so that you couldn't stop at McDonald's?
Still calling
today?
for?
Yeah.
Hey man, listen, I'm rich. I'm out here living fabulous. I need to be like get it out of my tooth. Ain't nothing to change your mood like good food. Oh, I think it is a slogan for somebody. Nothing change your mood like good food. Y'all can call me.
Well, Brian's right there.
Yeah. Nothing
When he
changes
opens the
your mood
restaurant.
like good food.
That's right, man. I
Nice.
be man. Listen, I be hitting sometimes. Sometimes listen, when I'm home,
Yeah.
I'm home.
It's like what you said about Ride One Up e-bikes. You're like one up the competition. That was really
Yeah.
smart. That was really smart.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right.
That,
Let me
that,
do-
that meat was great though.
let
That
me
meat
do
was
this.
great. Y'all know what I
Let-
mean too.
I do know what you mean. Let me get us started here today, though. Alex, let's take a look at what the Padres have coming up, because the game's
Padres won.
If you're on radio, it's already happening.
Padres
If you're
game
on
is
YouTube,
underway.
It's coming up.
Yeah. Padres won. I said the Padres won.
Padres got smoked.
Yeah.
Padres got drunk. Yeah.
Anybody see the video that Sean Merriman put out? Sean Merriman is the most annoying social media person I know. And the reason I say he's annoying.
Such a hater.
No, I'm a hater.
Wow.
I'm a hater. It's true. I'm a hater.
Wow,
the
you
reason
want that smoke?
The reason I find Sean Merriman so annoying on all the different social media platforms is because it occurs to me today what I knew 15 years ago when he first came to the Chargers. This is all he ever wanted to be. He just wanted to be a famous movie star, TV star, social media influencer. Being a football player wasn't really what he wanted to do. And so Sean Merriman has this thing on I think it was Instagram, where he's got the Island Boys. Oh, wait a second. There's the tomahawk steak. Oh my. Oh, look at that. You're going to distract me this whole show. But he had the Island Boys doing some like boxing out behind their house. And
God.
and dude, what happened to their hair? What happened to the Island Boys'
Oh,
hair?
they got the cuh haircuts now.
The what?
The cuh. What's up, cuh?
Oh, okay.
No game on cuh. It's like how do I describe it?
That's
Basically,
gonna be
people-
interesting.
Basically, teenagers of my ethnicity, their chosen haircut,
Uh-huh.
which is like I don't know, a lineup in the front, a super clean, super tight skin fade on the side.
Mhm.
Some guys choose to have hair on top and comb it forward and then line up, which is like the extra cuh.
Mhm.
But the Island Boys went like basic cuh,
Mhm.
where it's like pretty much almost a shape, not a shaved head, but like a buzz cut with the fade. But they still got this like intense lineup where you can see the line literally. It's a cuh haircut.
Merriman's got
It's
these.
very similar to an Edgar haircut,
Yeah.
but different than an Edgar haircut.
Merriman's got these two Island Boys out behind their house throwing punches at each other like they're training for a fight. And then at the end, Merriman goes, "Don't sign him up," because Merriman's got this thing that he does called Sign Him Up, where he shows street fights. Here it is right here, the Island Boys.
Oh, he shows street fights like our
Well,
stadium. He stole our bit.
He does. He has
did.
stolen our bit completely. And look
Look
at
at
these
them
guys.
punches.
The Island Boys are showing you how tough they are. Look at that stance. Look at that stance that the guy who's throwing the punches has. I mean,
Man,
that
that looks like the security guard at Humphreys.
I know,
My
right?
favorite when he's like, "Show him the kick, show him the kick."
Yeah.
Kick,
Like
kick.
I'm letting everybody know what a bad
Oh,
man
the
I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at that. Show them the kick. And what I really love about the Island Boys here is that they're in their beautiful neighborhood in Palm Beach, Florida.
Just bomb.
Canal on the back, beautiful house out back by the pool, like some real hood rats. They're tough, these guys.
Hood rats.
Is that a phrase, or did I just make that up?
That phrase is usually used for women, but okay.
Oh, it is really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hood
I don't
rats.
know. Oh,
Hoochie
I don't know.
mamas.
I don't know how to use those phrases. I don't even.
I
what
know
they
it's
mean.
okay.
All right, let's go. Let's set everything up though for today. For those of you that are listening and watching, again, timing can be all off for everybody. But bottom line is, Padres tonight against Cincinnati, or this afternoon. Game time is right while we're on the air. Go ahead, Alex. Set it all up.
Joe Musgrove tonight, probably been the Padres' best pitcher so far. He's 2-0, 1.89 ERA. He's going up against Reiver San Martin, who has not been very good for the Reds. 7.11 ERA. The Reds are coming off losing 2 of 3 to the Cardinals. They did snap their 11-game losing streak, though, which is good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the Padres, obviously, we know, lost 2 of 3 versus the Dodgers.
Anybody here last night find themselves jonesing for baseball?
No,
No, not at all.
Oh, you guys wanted the day off?
I was all in on the Nets and the Celtics.
Yeah.
All in.
Yeah, me too. I watched that
I
Nets
was watching
Celtics
hoops.
game.
It was like a perfect day off to sit my ass down and watch the crumbling, pathetic, embarrassing Nets performance
Yeah,
yesterday.
I loved it. And I know a lot of people have asked the question, who had the more disappointing season, the Lakers or the Nets? And on one hand,
The Lakers, not even
I would
close.
say I framed that question as who was the bigger failure.
Yeah. You
Because they
say
both failed.
right, but you say
Yes,
the
that's true.
Lakers, and you automatically think the Lakers because the Lakers didn't even make it to the play-in to then play their way into the playoffs. But
The
on
same amount as wins as the Nets.
yeah, but right,
in the playoffs.
but on the other hand, why not? Like the Nets, they got swept.
Mhm.
Got smoked. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you see Kyrie Irving after the game, like walking up to Jason Tatum, and he's like, "Ah, you got us. You finally got us." Like, yeah, I mean, these guys play like a team, Boston, and you guys, Brooklyn, you guys play like a bunch of individuals out there. That's
They
the
are.
Lakers deal. That's the Lakers deal too.
My favorite part about the Nets is that it was a self-inflicted wound. This is Kevin Durant who chose to leave the Warriors. This is Kyrie Irving who chose to leave a prime LeBron James. And they decided, let's team up. Let's create our super team. And then they got James Harden, and that lasted, I don't know, a day. And then he was like, yeah, get me out of here. These guys suck. Like, I don't want any part of this. He's like, get me. I don't care where. I don't want to live in New York. Like, get me out of here. And it's just a disaster. It's an equal. I would say it's a cop-out answer. It is an equal amount of disaster / failure for both organizations.
Well, I could argue on the other hand that
The Nets are worse.
well, that the Nets, you talk about self-inflicted. I mean, Kyrie Irving, by not playing, what do you think he missed? The first 30, 35 games? 40
More than
games?
that. It was 40
He
something.
missed a lot.
Okay, so he misses half the games, number one. And then, number two, he comes out and he blames the lack of time together. Whereas on the Lakers side of things, the lack of time together is because those guys can't stay healthy. Now Durant can't stay healthy either. But I love it. I got to say, I love it. To see a team like Brooklyn with that much hype get smoked and swept out of the first round. I loved it. Freaking loved it. Can't believe how much of it I watched a whole game yesterday.
Though, by the way, that was a great game. It was a great game. Shout out to KD for getting loose finally.
A little too
In a
late.
losing effort.
What happened with the Lakers was far worse. Far, far worse.
No, it wasn't.
So
No, it wasn't.
during
To
the
say it was far worse is already wrong, but I'm gonna let you finish.
during the season, okay, the Nets had injuries. The Lakers had injuries. There was turmoil in both camps, but the Lakers were the only ones publicly, whether it be front office, whether it be head coach, whether it be star player, every day, all day, on TV, whining and spilling their back office business all publicly. So the drama within the Lakers was all season long from many different facets. The Nets issue was Kyrie wouldn't get the vaccine, and so that led to a lot of people firing at Kyrie the individual, not the Nets as an organization, because they said, well, if you can't play, we're not going to let you be a part-time player, so you guys got to go away. So they made the right move. The Lakers, on the other hand, all talk. Yes, they got injured. The Nets got injured. So in that situation, yeah, it's similar, but that's where the similarities stop.
Nah, I feel like Kyrie really did his teammates wrong.
Yes,
And
I'm not.
It's
That's what I just
also-
said.
It's also like you're rewriting history to say that the Nets weren't publicly talking. Like, what did we not just hear about Ben Simmons for the last 4 months since the trade or however long it was since the trade deadline?
dude, I love
Has
Charles
that not
Barkley.
have they not been talking about the Nets and their situation like on First Take for the last since they traded for Ben Simmons? Was Kyrie Irving? Wait, when you say they kicked Kyrie Irving to the curb, no, Kyrie Irving was still around doing press conferences, being asked about everything all year long, distracting the team all year long.
That happened.
So like
that happened one
No.
time. It happened
No,
one
it did
time
not.
in
He's going to
camp.
defend this. He's going to
No,
defend
he
these
did
guys.
not.
What you
It did
referred
not.
to happened
He
one
was
time in
asking-
camp.
He was being asked questions all the time about the vaccine because he was still playing games, dude. You're acting like he disappeared for half the season.
He
was
wasn't
playing
around.
games.
He wasn't around.
Okay,
what are you doing?
so whose fault is that?
His. is.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not defending him. Okay, I'm not defending him at all. He's
Steve
the
Nash
culprit.
was asked about Kyrie Irving all year long. Kevin Durant was asked about Kyrie Irving all year long. Did they out him? No, but that doesn't mean they weren't talking publicly. Like, he wasn't part of the news even when he wasn't around.
If you get
And then became a part-time player, that wasn't a story forever, that he was a part-time player?
as a coach or a member
What
of
are
a
you
team,
talking about?
when you get asked a question, it's courtesy due to the business to answer the question.
That's what the Lakers did.
Okay,
They were asked questions.
How many times you see Kurt Rambis talk?
Why would you need to see Kurt Rambis talk?
Because he apparently running the Lakers. How many times you see Jenny Buss talk?
I don't understand the question.
What does that have to do with
That's what
anything
I'm
that we're talking
saying.
about?
That's what I'm saying. So the drama coming from the Lakers organization is created within the Lakers organization. The Nets drama was Kyrie Irving, a single individual.
Kevin Durant also was a drama
Really? Because
queen.
I felt like Ben Simmons was the problem now. That's the thing.
I mean, they just kept adding to it.
Kevin Durant kept hiring.
Oh my God.
Kevin Durant kept getting guys like, hey, let's get guys that I can scapegoat, so nobody will blame me.
All right, well, let's hold on. We'll keep this going.
I know what you're doing.
We got a lot of other stuff we want to get to, including Jerry West now says he's willing he's willing to go all the way to the Supreme Court. Actually, a Clipper employee. We'll talk about Jerry West and the Supreme Court coming up. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios here on Kaplan.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
The Rich Eisen Show airs Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 12 noon. An engaging blend of insightful football expertise with an offbeat mix of humor and pop culture while continuing to attract the most recognizable names in sports and entertainment. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you enter the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
It doesn't matter what your background is and where you come from. If you have dreams and you have goals, and that's all that really matters.
I owe a lot to Charlie.
When you black, it's not a movement, it's a lifestyle. This is who we are.
The Rising. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Watch the Austin Gilronis take on your San Diego Legion Thursday, May 28th at 5 p.m. on YourView.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
Explore the Southwest lifestyle, the culture, the music, the food, y más. Join hosts J.R. Cardenas and Vanessa Ramirez on Su Vida.
Hey, Vanessa, you got sunscreen?
Yes, I have the sunscreen, sunglasses, and water. It's a sunny day here in Arizona, perfect for a fiesta.
Well, grab your sombrero. We're going to have some fun on the next Su Vida.
Watch Su Vida, Sunday night at 7 on YourView and YourView.com. From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health.
I'm Erica Cardenas. On the next episode of Your Health, we're talking Donate Life Month. We explore the importance of organ donation and a trip to Mexico for a unique treatment program.
Watch Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com.
One of the longest-running syndicated television series is back, America's Black Forum, a weekly series highlighting the latest in our lifestyles, business, entertainment, and finance. We introduce you to entrepreneurs who are making their mark in the business world and leaders who are fighting for change.
Welcome to America's Black Forum.
Tune in each week to know what's happening in our world today on America's Black Forum.
America's Black Forum. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal lost to Louisville City 2-5 on Saturday. It was the first defeat at home for San Diego. Louisville entered the game as the top team in the Eastern Conference and had allowed only one goal so far in the year. Louisville City got the lead early and never trailed despite a late comeback by the Loyal. Andrew Carlton found the net in the 14th minute to tie it up with a penalty kick. In stoppage time in the first half, Louisville City took the lead back and would hold that lead for the rest of the match. Kyle Vassell would bring the game close at 3-2 in the 52nd minute, but Louisville City found the net two more times to seal the win. Next, the Loyal will take on the LA Galaxy in the third round of the US Open Cup on Tuesday. Then they'll get a much-deserved break after 9 games in 1 month before taking on the Tampa Bay Rowdies on April 30th. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by YourView.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
COVID vaccines are safe, convenient, and free, and they are effective at protecting you against the coronavirus. I'm Dr. Akilah Weber, a pediatric gynecologist and state assembly member, and I got the vaccine to protect my family. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and everyone who receives the vaccine helps us get one step closer to returning to normal. Go get your vaccine today. Visit myturn.ca.gov to find a site near you. Do it for yourself, your family, and for our community.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
All right, great friends. What is going on? Today is Tuesday. It is April 26th. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. We come to you from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Now, listen, at the beginning of the last segment, I said that I would give you the information about the Great Friends Lunch Bunch, which is happening on May 6th. Alex, are you ready to go to show everybody what we got going on here? Let me know if you're ready to roll. Okay, here it goes.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you guys, and then maybe you could put it up on the screen and we can certainly react. Okay, here's the deal. For years and years, I've really wanted to do this, and I could never get our promo department at the old 1090 to pull this off. So finally, I just said, you know what?
Way to go, Browner.
Oh. It really wasn't Browner's fault. It was Von Lickenhaus's fault. Every time I came up with a great idea, if it wasn't Mike Lickenhaus's idea, he wouldn't do anything. He'd be like, that's not my idea, so it's not a good idea.
How does that help ratings?
Every
Right, he would ask that. How does that help ratings?
Every idea that has ever been brought to me in that office when I was there, it was done. It was executed. So the issue was people taking it to him and not bringing it to me, because I got things done.
I don't know. Scott just threw you under the bus.
He did.
Whatever.
Well, I'm really not throwing him under the bus. I'm saying that I would go to management at the old 1090 and I'd say, listen,
I was management.
Oh, you were?
He was the promotions director.
I was an executive at that company.
Oh, you were?
Look at this guy. Just disrespect my position.
Sorry, man.
Man.
I saw Glickenhaus and the other guys all wearing slacks and collared shirts and ties and jackets, and I saw you wearing like jeans and hoodies, and I just misunderstood who was executive management, who was C-suite level management. Might be.
That's crazy. Just because you're in a position doesn't mean you have to dress like everyone else.
You don't have to
I was
dress
in
like
a
everybody
position
else.
of comfort. The job called for me to be out and energetic and
Mhm.
showing life.
I didn't realize
not
that,
in some tight suit.
Well, anyway, here's the bottom line. I would go to these guys back in the day and I'd say, listen, here's what I want to do. I want to have a lunch. I just want to put together a lunch for the listeners. And they go, well, why? How do we do that? What's beneficial about that? I would say, go to a restaurant, sell them the concept, have them pay for it. They're going to get tons and tons and tons of on-air promotion. What is so difficult about this? So what I've done is this. I've decided to go to some friends so I can create a proof of concept so that we can do it once, show everybody how great it works, and then we can go out to different restaurants around San Diego and say, hey, do you want us to bring, in this first case, 20 people to lunch on a Friday afternoon? By the way, the lunch isn't at 12 o'clock right in the middle of the lunch rush. It's at 2 o'clock. So I know that's not exactly what you might call lunchtime, but it's our get-together time. So here's the deal. May 6th, 2 p.m., and Alex will put up on the screen the menu, and then I'm going to explain to you how to get involved. And the reason Alex is putting up the menu is because I said to my friends at the Belly Up in Solana Beach, they've got a new restaurant right out in front of the Belly Up called The Tavern. And I said, let's have a prefix menu at one price, okay? No drinks. If anybody wants alcohol on a Friday afternoon, they can buy their own beer. But one price, great menu, excellent location, a lot of fun, and only 20 people. So you got me, Alex, Browner, and Lawhead, and then you got 16 people. So Alex, what do you like here? Take a look at the menu. Tell me what you like.
I have not looked at the menu until this
Okay,
moment
all
right now. So I'm going to tell you. I wanted you to get my on-air
Okay,
reaction.
the starters. You got Thai chicken.
So we're going to the
dumplings.
tavern?
Yes, that's right. Tavern.
One of the
Right.
tavern in Del
No,
Mar.
Solana Beach.
Solana Beach, same thing.
Not really, but okay.
Yeah, tavern. Great Friends Friday.
That's right. So this is the first ever Great Friends Fridays. I call it the Lunch Bunch. And
So is this a choice? We're not getting everything on here, right?
no, you take a starter, you take a salad,
Got it.
and then you take an entree.
Well, here we
I
have
don't
an
want no
option.
salad.
Thai chicken dumplings or popcorn chicken. Papa's going to go with Thai chicken dumplings.
I think
That
it's
sounds amazing.
I think it's popcorn shrimp, Papa.
What did I say? Popcorn what?
Chicken.
Popcorn shrimp or Thai chicken dumplings served with Cajun fries.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good for me.
Okay.
Browner.
Browner's
First
gonna
of
have the
all-
shrimp.
First of all, wow. Okay, sir. You know what? You've insulted me twice today.
Why is that
in this one
insulting?
segment.
Why is that insulting?
What's with the salad? Who eats a salad?
A lot of people eat salads.
Everybody eats a salad. What is this?
This non-traditional Caesar sounds pretty interesting with the roasted corn, tomatoes, and avocado.
Delicious.
Doesn't sound like a Caesar at
She
all.
says you eat a salad. Excuse me, ma'am. Come here for a second. So, as you guys know, we're on location today, and this lovely woman works for Napoleon Grill. So, can you see this menu on the screen?
Hi.
What's your name, by the way?
Jen.
Jen
Hi, Jen.
says hi.
Jen.
Hi, Jen. You're on the show. How are you?
She can't hear you.
She can't hear
All
us.
right. Well,
Good. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
she can. Oh, look at this. She's got ESP.
Tell her I love my Napoleon grill, by the way.
So the guy on the bottom has Napoleon grill. Says he loves it.
Perfect.
All right.
So on this menu for starters, it's chicken dumplings, popcorn, shrimp. Which one you choosing?
The dumplings.
Okay, she chooses the dumplings.
Obviously.
Salads are is that Mediterranean and non-traditional Caesar. What is a non-traditional
I
Caesar?
was just gonna ask you.
Well,
it has roasted corn, tomatoes, and avocado.
Roasted corn, tomatoes, and avocado.
That sounds good.
Okay, so she's in on a non-traditional Caesar.
I'm in.
Okay, I'm not a salad person.
Okay,
Not a
that doesn't
salad
mean
person.
that doesn't mean the rest of us aren't salad people. You have such a
I'd rather
judgmental
have a bunch
tone.
of those entrees.
She loves all the entrees and she also loves the salad. So she was all the way over there. She's like, I like a salad.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd bring over
Yeah.
here and take a look at this menu.
Mm-hmm.
I'd eat it all.
He'd eat it all.
Eat it all.
There you go.
Eat it all.
Way to go, Jen.
Choices, guys.
All right, so
Thank you for joining us.
So here's the
Thanks,
deal.
Jen.
Here's the situation. It is Friday, May 6th. The lunch is from 2 to 3:30 p.m. You guys can stay longer, obviously. Everybody can stick around longer. It's at
Sounds like you're not.
well, I can't. I have to work. I have to work. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, I hate to say it. Unfortunately, everybody's kind of working on my schedule here because the tavern was like, well, we don't want to do it at 12 because that's like our lunch rush. And I'm like, okay, well, how about 1? They're like, no, we're still in it. I'm like, okay, 2 to 3:30 because I got to get back and I got to still get back on the LA radio. So May 6th, 2 p.m. Get there earlier. We'll all be there earlier. Lunch is $30 total. So just a fixed price, $30. You get the appetizer, the salad, and the entree. And there are only 16 spots available because you have the 4 of us from the show, and it's a table of 20. So we have 16 spaces available. Now, how do you RSVP? How do you get a spot? You email jeff@bellyup.com. That's jeff@bellyup.com. You tell Jeff, I want to be part of the Great Friends Lunch Bunch. You could even put that in the subject line. Jeff@bellyup.com, Great Friends Lunch Bunch in the subject line. Jeff is taking your reservations. Chances are he'll probably ask you for a credit card to reserve your space. And we only have 16 spots. So again, really good location on the coast, Cedros Avenue. Everybody knows Belly Up, my favorite music venue in San Diego. And this is our first ever lunch bunch. And we've never done this before. And I assume we're going to sell out 16 spots in the snap of a finger. And then what we're going to be able to do, guys, is we're going to be able to take this concept and go around to other places around San Diego and say, you get weeks and weeks of promotion leading up to the actual lunch bunch. And that's where the value is for the restaurant owner. Jeff@bellyup.com. Alex, do you like this concept? What do you think? Be honest. Yes or no?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Browner thinks it sucks
Why would I not?
because there's a salad and Browner doesn't eat vegetables.
Right. But whatever,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
Whatever.
can't take his word for anything.
Yeah. No. And it comes with a soda. He'll
Yeah,
be
that's
fine.
right. As long as there's like a Dr. Pepper or a Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
he'll be all right.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
Yeah. We all know he doesn't eat anything green.
Right. So there you go. You've asked, and there it is. And look, I'm telling you right now, there's only 16 spots. So please, if you want to get in, email jeff@bellyup.com. Hustle it up because with 16 spots available, I think this thing's going to sell out very, very quickly. And we're going to have a great
See
time.
you there.
Yeah, May 6th at 2 o'clock. I'm going to get there earlier. I'll be there earlier. So probably get there at like 1:30. We can all hang out at the bar before we sit down at our table. May 6th. And we'll see you guys all there at the Belly Up at the tavern. All right, let me keep rolling on here as we broadcast from the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Listen, Jerry West, the logo, as they call him. Yeah. He is one pissed off dude. Man, oh man. It really is surprising to me that a guy who's been in LA for as long as Jerry West has been, as a player, as a coach, as a front office executive, not just with the Lakers franchise, but with the Clippers now as well, for a guy that's been as successful as he has been in his career. And granted, he has talked openly about his battles with depression. I can acknowledge that. I can sympathize with that. I can. But the bottom line is this. A guy wrote a book that was a piece of journalism about the history of the Laker franchise. Somebody bought from Jeff Pearlman, the author, somebody bought from him the rights to the book to create a movie or a mini series, in this case, a docu-series. They paid Pearlman money to own the rights to the book that he wrote. And then they portrayed characters in a way that makes them more Hollywood. Look, we all understand why Magic Johnson got HIV. because he was out at every party banging anything that walked back in the day. We got it. I didn't know that Jerry Buss was as bold and as fearless and had this crazy high risk tolerance and really got the showbiz angle of it all. Like, I didn't know that. And by the way, what I'm watching on Winning Time may not necessarily be exactly how Jerry Buss was, but that's the character. That's how they've portrayed him. I find it entertaining. I don't find it insulting. In fact, from a Jerry Buss perspective, if he were alive today, I would think Jerry Buss would be loving this character. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, maybe not as much.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Pretty creepy this week, though.
Kareem?
No, Jerry.
Jerry Buss?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's creepy. It is.
In the car was pretty creepy.
The car where he's with the one who's
Spoiler
taking
alert.
care of his
The
mother.
nurse.
Well, you say spoiler alert, but it only works if you're going to watch a show, and we've already found out you won't watch the show. Yeah,
Okay,
see you
bye.
later, Browner. Browner just exited the entire show so that he could go to work
Yeah,
on
for
that
the-
Tomahawk Steak.
Tomahawk
Seriously.
Steak. And it's funny that he's coming out and says that today, when I would say this week was probably the most like empathetic Jerry West has been portrayed, or like they actually saw that there's layers to his. It's almost like Scott, characters have nuances and growth and development in shows instead of just being portrayed as a flat, angry asshat. You know.
Right. I mean, maybe somebody should get together with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and ask him if he wants to update his Substack column about how boring the show is and how lame it is.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting.
Nonetheless.
This is such an interesting time too, because at the same time that this is airing, it's going to go episode 9 next, I believe, out of 10.
Mhm.
This Magic documentary comes out, and everybody's in it. Michael Cooper, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Jerry West, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, all the same name. Westhead is in it. Pat Riley's in it. All the same names that you're seeing on Winning Time are in the Magic documentary on Apple TV.
Which is why I have thought all along that the reason they're all downing on Winning Time is because Magic's got his own version, and they all endorse the Magic version, but they don't endorse the HBO Jeff Pearlman version, as Browner is now back eating this Tomahawk Steak. Oy vey.
I gotta tell y'all, man. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and?
It's like this thing was like special seasoned or something.
Yeah, because it probably was.
It was 30-day dry aged.
Yeah.
I like this.
Mhm.
I like this dry age. This is a good dry age.
Okay. Browner's at West Coast BBQ Shop, westcoastbbqshop.com. And by the way, if you visit their website, you can buy tickets to Eggfest. And as Brian Bushfield just told us a few minutes ago, Eggfest is on June 12th. And literally award-winning chefs from all over coming in to work these big green eggs and cook up a ton of food. And we're going to just be sitting there eating our faces off all afternoon. So make sure you get your Eggfest tickets now.
Like, how much would you pay for this at a restaurant?
That's over $150.
I would say more.
Well, you'd have to ask Brian. I don't. How much does Brian sell that for out of his refrigerator at West Coast BBQ Shop?
Brian, how much is this out of the refrigerator here? How much does this cost? What does run a person who came in the store right now?
For the dry aged, it would be about $119.
119.
So
Okay, so
restaurant's $250.
For not dry
Right.
aged, you're at 89.
Ask him how much in a restaurant.
How much would this be in a restaurant?
$300 easily.
$300.
Wow. $300 bucks easy, he says.
Mm-hmm.
I
And you're eating-
pay
and you're eating
$300
it
for
there
this.
with- and you're eating it with your fingers.
Yeah.
Well, I'm about that life, brother. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I
I'm
used
here
to-
trying to eat. I told
I
you
used-
this is poverty.
I used to eat on the air all the time, and people would tell me how disgusting it would sound, and I just thought it was funny. And now that
Yeah.
you do it, I'm absolutely disgusted by
Now
the
you
entire
know.
You're jealous.
situation.
You're
Yeah.
jealous. You're
Little bit,
jealous.
little bit, little jealous.
Because if you were at West Coast, you'd be doing the same thing.
You're
100%.
jealous, bro.
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. I don't mind being called out for being jealous. It's true.
Right.
True. When you do it, it's disgusting. When I do it, I think it's fine.
Because you're the one eating,
Right.
enjoying.
Right.
Listen, if you was eating this, you'd be smacking too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to go back to Jerry West because
Yeah,
HBO
Jerry
has
West.
released a statement.
Okay, so let me just get this story. So Jerry
Yeah.
West is of all the people that are involved in this HBO show Winning Time, Magic Johnson looks like a sex fiend, which I don't think anybody's really shocked by that. Jerry
even
Buss,
Cookie.
yeah, Jerry Buss comes off as a very bold, risk-taking, womanizing sort of a
Pervert.
character. Pervert. Okay, fine. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes off as a dick, as a guy who's a very selfish kind of jerk on the team. And Jerry West. And by the way, there's more. Paul Westhead comes off as a guy who's like, has no guts, no courage. Right. Jack McKinney looks like a tyrant,
Right.
So all of these characters have this development that the producers took liberty with to make it that much more interesting and entertaining. Well, the one guy of all the guys who's more pissed than anybody, it's Jerry West. And what really blows my mind is how the LA media comes to his defense. Like, you could say this about Magic or that about Kareem or this about Dr. Buss or what you want about Jeannie. But the one guy that you don't take liberties with is the legend, the logo, Jerry West. Why? Why not? Oh, because he battles depression? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, I'm as sympathetic to anybody when it comes to mental health related issues. But because he has a mental health issue, you're not allowed to caricaturize him? Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. I may have just made that up.
It is if I know what you meant. So I knew what you meant. It's a word.
Okay. So now Jerry West, who last week demanded an apology and a retraction from HBO and said if he didn't get it by a particular date, he planned on pushing ahead with litigation. Now Jerry West is saying, and gosh, he looks stupid. I'm telling you right now, he looks so stupid.
I'm going to read the quote.
Yeah, go ahead. This is Jerry West. Go ahead.
A full quote is, "The series made us all look like cartoon characters. They belittled something good. If I have to, I will take this all the way to the Supreme Court."
They belittled something good, Jerry? Really? They made a show about the era and they took a little bit of creative liberty with, he's so hung up on, I never threw a trophy out of my window office. You know how I know that? How, Jerry? I didn't have a window in my office. Really, dude? Like, they're trying to show you as being a guy who had like a major temper issue. Was it 100% accurate? I don't know. I wasn't there, but I don't care. I'm watching a television show. I find it entertaining. Doesn't mean that when I walk up to Jerry West next time, I'm going to be like, yo, man, stuff they put in Winning Time, dude. I can't even be around you. I'm so petrified of you. You may throw me out the window. I've heard from plenty of people what an ornery jerk Jerry West has been at times in his life and in his career to people. So what? Big deal. So
Jerry
now
West needs to shut up. So chill out, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, and anybody coming to Jerry West's defense in Los Angeles, you live in the movie capital of the world.
Who was it? Like Bill Plaschke, Mark Stein's coming out defending. Everybody's like clutching their pearls about the way that everyone's being depicted on the show. It's like, oh my God.
You know what they're doing? This is so typical of media. You know what they're doing is they're being called and they're being asked for a favor. So Bill Plaschke wants to suck up to Jerry West. He's had a relationship with him for 30 years, covering the Lakers and the Clippers. And so in his way of trying to keep that relationship alive, rather than going on in his column and saying, Jerry, lighten up. No. He's got to come out and defend Jerry West and say, you can't do that to the logo. This past episode, you actually see Jerry West's character walk into the locker room and have like a bro down session with Magic Johnson about winning and about passion for winning and the need to win rather than the want to win. And I thought it was a really great scene. And so for Jerry West to now say, I'm willing to take this all the way to the Supreme Court. Alex, you said that there was somebody on Twitter whose very first comment after this story was released today. Well, do you have that? Not that it's important who it is, but it was a very funny line.
I don't have it, but it was like something to the point of Jerry West is showing exactly his portrayal on HBO, how accurate it was.
Yeah, right. Right. Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds that way. It sounds that way. I don't even watch the show.
I'm willing to go to the Supreme Court. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a narcissistic person who says, I'm famous, I'm adored, and therefore I will get my way.
The Supreme Court part is just so childish. So childish.
What's he going to get from the Supreme Court? What's he going to get? Damage is done.
What do you go? The Supreme Court wouldn't even take it. What are they going to take? What's the case? What are they taking?
It would have to be he would be arguing that the liability financially that HBO would be under for portraying him in a way that he sees unfit, which would be landmark, because then that would mean now any show based on the person that they didn't have the authorization to make, you could sue them for making this about you.
Well, think about this. There's a story today about Phil Mickelson and how Phil Mickelson has decided that he might want to play in the PGA Championship, which he won a year ago, and he might want to play in the U.S. Open, which he's qualified to play in. But he still wants to go play in this Saudi Arabian thing. But there's an unauthorized book coming out about Phil Mickelson. Okay, Well, if everything in there is fabricated, then you go sue them for defamation of character.
Right.
But Jerry West is arguing all these weeks later when the show's out there. It's not going anywhere. I don't understand
Here's
what
HBO's statement. HBO has a long history of producing compelling content drawn from actual facts and events that are fictionalized in part for dramatic purposes. Winning Time is not a documentary and has not been presented as such. However, the series and its depictions are based on extensive factual research and reliable sourcing, and HBO stands resolutely behind our talented creators and cast who have brought a dramatization of this epic chapter in basketball history to the screen.
Good for HBO. Don't back down. Don't apologize. Don't retract jack squat. And tell Jerry West, I'll see you at the Supreme Court, pal.
If Jerry West wouldn't have done all this would have gone away.
100%.
No one's talking about the show. The viewership is probably lower if he doesn't do this.
I agree. All right, stick around, everybody. Browner is at West Coast BBQ Shop. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, and we got a lot more still to get to. This is Kaplan.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
.1090 just got bigger and better. Please join us in welcoming SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate, the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. NFL, MLB, NBA, live game, the best sports talk programming with the largest signal in all of California. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
When California weather conditions create a high risk for wildfires, electric companies may shut off power in some neighborhoods as a precaution. These public safety power shutoffs could affect homes and businesses and interrupt power to your home, devices, and even our Cox facilities. During a PSPS, we'll work hard to keep customers connected to their Cox services in conditions that are safe for you, our employees, and our community. For information and updates, follow us on Twitter and visit Cox.com.
When doors open for kids, they change lives. For over 75 years, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego has been opening its doors to provide a safe place for kids whenever they are out of school. A place with caring mentors and opportunities to focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character building. At the club, we do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid that walks through our doors by inspiring, empowering, and changing lives.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Your View and YourView.com. Your Health is brought to you by Baja Rehab, alternative drug treatment. Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
The San Diego Loyal lost to Louisville City 2-5 on Saturday. It was the first defeat at home for San Diego. Louisville entered the game as the top team in the Eastern Conference and had allowed only one goal so far in the year. Louisville City got the lead early and never trailed despite a late comeback by the Loyal. Andrew Carlton found the net in the 14th minute to tie it up with a penalty kick. In stoppage time in the first half, Louisville City took the lead back and would hold that lead for the rest of the match. Kyle Vassell would bring the game close at 3-2 in the 52nd minute, but Louisville City found the net 2 more times to seal the win. Next, the Loyal will take on the LA Galaxy in the third round of the US Open Cup on Tuesday. Then they'll get a much-deserved break after 9 games in 1 month before taking on the Tampa Bay Rowdies on April 30th. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season continues. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal host the Colorado Springs Switchbacks Saturday, May 14th at 7 p.m. Come join us at Torero Stadium and support the San Diego Loyal as they continue their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Tickets are available. San Diego Loyal versus the Colorado Springs Switchbacks, Saturday, May 14th on Your View.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life.
I'm Jane Klaus, and on the next Creative Living, we're saving you money in your daily life. Easy steps to put cash back in your pocket. And we explore if buying an electric car is worth the cost.
Watch Creative Living, Sunday night at 8:30 on Your View and YourView.com. Creative Living. Imagine what you can do.
San Diego Legion Rugby is back, celebrating its 5th season of professional rugby in San Diego. Fun, excitement, entertainment. Just like all the sports you know, only better. San Diego Legion tickets are on sale now. Get yours today.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
San Diego County is leading the way on vaccine distribution, and our way of life is coming back. Our kids in school, our businesses open, and our fans in Petco Park cheering for our Padres. But we have to finish strong, getting as many people vaccinated as possible. Vaccines are safe, protect others, and are our best path forward. Please get your shot today. Do it for your family, for our small businesses, for your kids. Do it for yourself. To find a free vaccination event near you, visit coronavirus-sd.com/vaccine.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on Your View, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.